Good morning. My name is Judge Person. I welcome everybody to court this morning. And as everybody gets their machinery attached and so forth, I do want to introduce, so this is the Temple Municipal Court. Ms. Warren, there you are. If you could give a quick wave to the audience. Ms. Warren is the city's prosecutor. She represents the state of Texas in the cases on file. Ms. Warren, I'm going to go ahead and kind of address your docket because I think I'm a little turned around about who's supposed to be here. So Ms. McMahon, I know you're representing Ronald Norwood, and I'm going to let you to visit briefly in the breakout room because I had understood that case to be off the docket. So I'm going to start that breakout room and just let y'all get clear about that. So hold on. Ms. Warren, I've sent that invitation, or I'm about to. It lets me. No, there we go. Whoops, everybody went to, whoops.
Yeah, I kept inviting
Okay, just don't even worry about it. I got a little ahead of myself and created that breakout room and put everybody in it. Give me just a moment. Sorry about that. So excuse me for doing that. I in my haste, I created a room and put everybody in it. I apologize.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done that once before. Sometimes you get a little click happy and clicked on the wrong thing. So I apologize. That will close, and then I can actually create the room we really need. Sometimes I get a little jumpy, happy with the options, and there's one person who is still probably wondering where we are. So there we go. Okay. So let me start that process over. My apologies. We have a pretrial docket meeting today, folks. And so that means we're having two meetings in one. And let's see. Go ahead and begin that. Let me try to get it right this time. Okay, now. Okay, here we go. I think we've got it this time. Ms. Warren, Ms. McMahon, I'll let y'all go ahead and have that discussion, and we'll see just where we are. Since you're here, Ms. McMahon, we wanted to do that. Okay, now there are a few people that I haven't been able to identify, but let me just identify myself first. I'm Judge Person. Welcome to the Temple Municipal Court. There are a few people I haven't been able to connect to cases that we have here this morning. Let me start with, let's see. There is, let's see, Blake Stone, we got him. Daniel McNelton, I'm going to ask you to unmute and let me know who you are.
Danielle McNelton.
Do you have a case today?
Yes, y'all reassigned me to come to court. I had to do community service.
Okay, let me get the staff to pull your file and we'll figure out why I don't have you on my list. And that's the proper name. Do you have another name we could be using, Ms. McNelton?
No, that is the only name.
Okay. Okay, it's a show cause today for community service that hasn't been turned in. Can you tell me the status of that situation?
Yes, ma'am. You told me to do my community service. I finished it, but it wasn't with the registered.
Oh, I did hear about this. Yeah.
So I had to redo it over.
It's not, so let's get our terminology real clear because I want to make sure you understand. It's not with like a registered, I gave you a list of places and those are good to go. But if you read the paperwork, what I tell you there is, if it is a nonprofit under Texas law, I will include it. So when we reached out to Mashborn Racing, they were not a nonprofit. And I'm not allowed legally to count that.
Okay.
So we have to begin again. And your due date is still June 15th, but I would think we want to go ahead and give you at least a full 30 days to June 28th to try to do that. And I would give you more time if on the 28th you still need, time. You can go ahead and reach out and let us know, hey, I'm almost done, or I'm not quite done, and this is how long I think I need. I would also suggest that you might call Ms. Gonzalez as you get started and just confirm that the place you're trying to use, if it's not on the list we provided, is a nonprofit, because I am not legally allowed to count for-profit organizations for community service. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am, it makes sense.
Okay, I'm going to take your appearance today as an oral request for an extension, and I'm going to go ahead and take that action and give that extension to June 28th and let you go. Are we emailing with this person? We'll email the new timesheet that'll have the name at the top, and we'll go ahead as a courtesy and send you that list again with those instructions again. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. I have a question.
Yes.
Okay. I already restarted back doing community service. I just did it with my church, and I'm done, but I won't be done by the 28th. I think I'll be done this Friday.
Oh, okay. Well, the 28th of June is a month from today, roughly. So that should be plenty of time, and your church is a nonprofit. So Ms. McNelton, you should be fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All right, we're going to remove that. And then that party. Ms. Warren and Ms. McMahon, Ms. McMahon, you can unmute. Is this case pending today?
It is. Ms. McMahon has asked for discovery.
Okay.
So that date set for that.
Okay, I think I'll work on that with her. I have the same situation with Blake Stone from Takacha's office representing Kimberly Evans, and I had understood that to be off the docket for today. So I'll let y'all go ahead and have that conversation too. And Ms. McMahon, just give me a quick moment. We'll get you a date, okay?
Okay.
And Mr. Stone, I'm sending you to that breakout room. Thank you. Does Ms. McMahon have a pretrial set on that case on the Norwood?
Yes.
So you already have a pretrial date. Let's go ahead and hit discovery on that date if it's doable. When is that set, staff? Sure.
I have it as July 14th.
Oh, that should be plenty of time. Okay, we're going to just go ahead and establish it there, and we'll send you the additional info, but it's all on that same date.
Okay, so July 14th at 1 p.m.
Yes,
in person.
yes, a pretrial in person
Okay.
and discovery pickup and sign for.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, and then I had, let's see, a gentleman in the pink kind of, or maybe salmon colored shirt. Yes, sir. Could you tell me your name, please?
Adam Atkinson.
Sorry, there's a couple. I have a gentleman in with sandy colored hair. He's waving and
There
he's
you go.
labeled his iPhone, and I want to get his name.
Bill Conlon. It could be under William Conlon.
I've got it, sir. Okay. And I'll just make a note. Great. You're actually after this next attorney, Mr. Conlon, so we'll have you there shortly. And
Thank
you
you,
can remute. I'm going to go ahead and relabel your name just for purposes of this meeting. And then, yes, the gentleman labeled OB. And you've got kind of, yeah, let me go ahead and ask you to unmute and tell me your name, please.
It is Seth Christopher Gilbert.
Seth Christopher Gilbert. Gotcha.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm just going to put Gilbert there so I don't lose track of you.
Okay.
It'll go away, when you log out. And then another person I was not able to identify was REVVL 4+. What's your name, please? I'll ask you to unmute.
Oh, hello?
Yeah, tell me your name, please.
Christopher Williams, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I heard someone playing music outside. It kind of distracted me. I have autism.
Yes. Thanks for letting me know. And I should be able to keep track of you this way. And then I've got one more, and he jumped the gun, but Savage Nation. Yeah, go ahead and let me know, thank you, who you are.
Yes, ma'am. Adam Atkinson.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay, I'll just go ahead and change that name for purposes of this meeting.
Yes, I'm sorry. That says my email. I'm so sorry about that.
Doesn't matter. That's why I just figured it out. So just real quickly, and I'm going to be calling names of people I think are not here. And I'm sorry, did I get, yeah, Dalton's phone is Dalton Heathman, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Anyone here whose name I have not called? I've got Travion Wells, I've got you checked in. Julian Hammonds, I've got you checked in. Ms. Vinces, I believe I have you checked in, yes. So the people I'm missing right now are Tanya Conley, Brian Luna, Dana Bryant, and Brian Creighton. Are any of those persons here? If so, please wave at me quickly because I'm about to count you absent for court, and that turns into a warrant pretty soon. Okay, seeing no hands, I'm going to move forward. So again, I'm Judge Person. This is the Temple Municipal Court. And even though you are being given the privilege of just being comfortable, hopefully in your own home or in a place that is less formal than a courtroom, we treat it just like a courtroom. So I do expect everybody to just pay attention and then quietly wait for your turn. I want to give you some ideas about options that we might have. So one of the things that you should know is that in a Class C court, these are Class C offenses. They don't usually result in jail time. They result in the imposition of fines and costs. And I do make ability to determine the ability to pay at times. But I also want to talk to you about what options that we have available to folks, because I like everybody to be on the same page. Ms. Vinces Vaca, before I get going too much further, you were actually scheduled today for a possible dismissal. We did receive your class, that allowed you to have that dismissal. And if you want to swing by and pick up a copy, I've just signed it, but that case is now being dismissed. So you're actually done for the day, and I'm going to go ahead and let you go. But if you want a copy of the dismissal, you can swing by the clerk's office here at the court and come get a copy, okay?
Yes, ma'am. This means that if I apply somewhere, it won't show up on my background.
It will not show up.
Thank you so
As a-
much. I
as a
really appreciate
conviction.
it.
Now, it won't show up as a conviction, and that's why I say you might want to swing by and get a certified copy of it, because if someone asks, hey, we saw you got a ticket for this, you can easily say that case was dismissed, and you want to have a copy. So you might want to swing by and get a certified copy for your own records, okay? It doesn't come up with every check. There are some types of employment where it might, okay? All right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing your part. I hope you enjoyed the class and learned the most you could.
Thank you. Have a
All
great
right.
day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so Ms. Warren, just real quick, let's check back in with you and the office of Takach on the Kimberly Evans case.
Your Honor, we're still working on a settlement in that case. And I believe the case is set for final pretrial. We may have a disposition before then.
Okay, and just to remind Mr. Evans of those, Mr. Stone of those dates, when's the final setting? The 14th of July.
Is it the
That's great.
14th, 15th?
Let me look and see. It's going to be a Wednesday, I can tell you that. Um,
I was like, wait, hold on. I'm showing the 15th. So let me just make sure. The 15th is a Thursday. So I'm
yeah,
guessing
no, it's on the 14th at 3.
14th. Okay, perfect.
3
At 3
o'clock.
That's what I got. Perfect.
Okay, counsel, you're good to withdraw.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Jeff. Y'all take care.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Warren. And Ms. Warren, for you, I have first on your list, Mr. William Conlon. And there he is. I will go ahead and send him to meet you in the breakout room. Mr. Conlon, just accept that invitation and you can move forward. So getting back to options for folks. Most people have these options. Now, once you enter a plea, that's when these options are being used. So if you have a moving violation, you can still gain a dismissal. If you do a driver safety course, which is going to be less expensive than your ticket, it will keep it off your record, but you have to qualify to be in the program. And that includes being on time, having a Texas driver's license, not being a CDL holder. The one exception to the Texas license is if you are an active military or an active military service member's dependent, okay? And if you qualify, I'll pre-qualify you and see. But the thing I want to highlight with that program is, with every ticket, there's a court cost and a fine. And the court cost is payable to the state of Texas and the fine comes to Temple. So when you pay court costs to the Temple court, we divert those to the state of Texas because we have to. And those have to get paid. But in the driving safety course option, those get paid, but your fine goes on hold. And if you complete your course and get your driving record done and turned in all at the same time, before your due date, and it's the proper class and the proper record, then I dismiss your ticket and I waive that fine and you don't pay it. You still do pay for a class and you pay for your driving record, but those put together with the court costs will still be less expensive than the ticket, and it will keep that moving violation off your record, keep you from having potential of a rate hike with your insurance company. So I will automatically be looking to see if you're eligible for that program. You're welcome to ask me about it, but I'm just looking too. Another dismissal option is if you have something that can be brought up to date and dismissed. These are things like a tail light was out and you were cited for that. Those sort of options. Brake lights, tail lights, registration are common ones. And again, on time to court, fix the problem before court start, before the court date. And that sometimes there are dismissal fees on those, but they are radically lower than paying the ticket. And again, I'm going to automatically screen for that. You're welcome to ask, but I'm not going to wait for you to ask. Okay. The third way to gain a dismissal, this one's important. It's a little bit different, and it's called a deferred disposition. You can shorten that to deferred. And with a deferred disposition, I do exactly that. Deferred means delay. Disposition means to make final. I delay making your case final. I hold your plea, and I put conditions in for you to meet into a document that you sign and I sign. And those conditions, if you meet them, will entitle you to gain a dismissal of the offense. We work out payment. We work out whether there's a class, a record, or something else due. And we put it on that list of things to do. And you'll have the list in the form of the court order. And if you get everything done according to the court order on time, then I dismiss your ticket. And so I defer finding you guilty, even though you've pled guilty or no contest. And at the end, when I check, if you've got everything done, I sign that dismissal. Okay. The trick to getting a deferred in a Class C court is that you just can ask the judge directly, I'd like a deferred. You can ask the prosecutor as well, but you don't have to wait and ask the prosecutor. You can actually ask, me as the judge if you wish. The prosecutor can also make a recommendation for that option as well. She doesn't have to, but she can. And then the fourth way to gain a dismissal is to sign up for and complete teen court. That's for high school students and younger, okay? You have to be enrolled, and if you qualify and you're enrolled and I give you teen court, you do pay less, but there's things for you to do to gain your dismissal. And that depends on you, your history with the court, and the type of case that it is, okay? And again, with teen court, I'll automatically start trying to get you to do it. You don't have to do it, but if you want to do it, it's a good deal. So the highlight is ask for deferred if that's what you're looking for. The other ones, I walk you through those, okay? Ms. Warren, on Mr. Conlon's case, do we have a
Yes, Your
deal?
Honor, I believe we're set for a final pretrial. We'll need to move forward with that. We're still
Okay.
kind of negotiating the facts of the case.
Okay, so final pretrial, let me double check it. July 14 at 2 o'clock. Mr. Conlon, we will see you there.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too.
And Ms. Warren, your next person is Dalton Heathman. Mr. Heathman, you're going to have that breakout room invitation just here in a quick moment. Click on it. Remember, when you're leaving that room, you're coming back to this court, not leaving and not coming back. We need to check in with you before you go, okay? Okay, and then I wanted to just review with you the options for entering a plea. We have 4 pleas available to us at this type of court: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. Guilty means I did it, okay? Not guilty means I'm contesting it. I want the case proven against me in the form of a trial, okay? And no contest means, hey, I'm going to let you find me guilty, but I'm not going to say I did or didn't do it. Does that make sense to everybody? Now, if you have questions when it's your turn, you ask those questions, okay? And we'll move forward. This is on Conlon. So I'm going to start with Julia Hammonds. Ms. Hammonds, while I'm pulling your file, if you will go ahead and unmute yourself, that's going to do us both some good. Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you for asking. So I've reviewed everything. Well, I think we've gotten you back to the point. Where do you go to school?
I got a Belton New Tech.
Okay. I think this one got entered, and really you were looking for teen court.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm going to go ahead and allow teen court. You have a lot of pressure because you are a home provider as well. But teen court has a $20 fee. Can you pay that fee today?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay. It's going to work out because we take cash for that and you'll have to come to the building, but then we can get all your paperwork done. And then the only time you have to come back over here is to get it turned in.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Have you been able to acquire a driver's license at this point?
I have my Alabama license right now.
Okay. Is it valid?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We want to see that, but you're living here, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am.
So I'm gonna give you 30 days to change it to a Texas license.
Yes, ma'am.
So today, show your license, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And student ID. Do you have a student ID?
Yeah, I do.
And then 30 days, let's get your Texas license and a driving safety course that's online
Yes, ma'am.
that you can take online. That one you'll pay for, so $20 plus pay for that class. You'll pay a small fee to change your license over, but it's still going to be significantly better than the $294 that you would otherwise have. Can we do full court on both cases? I think we undid those. I think that's what was happening, is that she was accidentally convicted. Yeah, they undid it on the speeding. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, when can you come by the court today?
Around, what time is it? Noon?
Noon.
Yes, ma'am.
Coming by around noon.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We do encourage masks.
Okay.
You know where we're located across
Yes.
from our department in Temple?
Yes, I do.
Come on over. Expect about 10 to 15 minutes of your time and expect to leave with copies of everything telling you what you need to do.
Okay.
You have any questions?
I do not.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, Ms. Hammonds. Okay, so my next person is was Miss Vinces, but we have her taken care of. Travion Wells, let's go ahead and unmute you. And let me get your file pulled, sir. How are you this morning, Mr. Wells?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing fine. Have you graduated from school yet?
No, I graduate June 12th.
Okay. Listen, with teen court, you've got to meet your deadlines. You got to come over and do things on time. I'm willing to reinstate the teen court option, but you've got to get over here today, preferably this morning, and get signed up. Is that still your request?
It would. Well, I can't because I don't have nobody to take me.
Well, what do you want to do?
If I have the time, like, what time do I have to be there? Like
Before 5.
Before 5? Okay, I can make that happen.
You can make that happen?
Yeah.
Can you make your $20 teen court fee happen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then with you, we're trying to get you to get a license. Where are you in that process?
I get my stuff June 6th, my license.
Okay. Okay, so within 30 days, the permit or the license.
Get the license.
And that's going to be June 28th is our latest. But as soon as you have it, okay. And have you done all the coursework and stuff for that?
Yes, the online course. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So we've got 2 cases here, a speeding and a license charge, and you pled no contest. In 30 days, I want your DL. There is an essay that we're going to have you write. And what classes did you take to get your license?
I forgot what it's called.
At least, what, ACE?
Yeah, something like yeah.
Okay. Are y'all requiring, just let me check in with the case manager real quickly.
Yes,
Are
ma'am.
y'all asking for yet another class or are y'all upping that essay? Mhm. The essay. Okay. How many pages is it normally? Yeah, let's do 4. Okay, so it's a 4-page essay. And your licenses come by today to sign the paperwork and pay the $220 fees.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so that's 40, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's get you back on visual. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Will you agree to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It would keep it off your record and it would save you almost $500. But I do need signature today and those 2 cash flow payments today. And then your license and your essay, both within 30 days by June 28th. We'll have the written assignment spelled out in the paperwork today. Okay, Mr. Wells?
Oh,
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Okay, my next person is going to be Seth Christopher Gilbert. Mr. Gilbert, you can unmute yourself.
There we go. Okay, you can hear
There
me?
we go. So I did review everything that you submitted, and I will accept your pleas on your cases. Let me go ahead and make sure I understood all of them.
Yes,
I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the driver's safety course because those required on time, and these all have warrants, which is partly to say that none of them were on time. Let me
Yes,
make sure that's true. You've pled no contest on each case. Do I understand you?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Those were in writing, so I don't feel like I have to repeat them. And then when I reviewed everything, you know, we've got your case in warrants. Do we have Omni on those? Okay. And you're at Estes Express?
Yes, ma'am. That's a seasonal job. I work here.
Okay. And are you the only income to your home?
Right now, yes.
Okay. And then your daughter, 1-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What is the max that you can put down toward your balance at this point?
Well, I have a little bit saved up in the amount of about 2,500, and I understand the full amount is 46. 45.
4571.88.
Okay. Yeah, I have saved up a 2,500 right now, which I could probably put down for those tickets.
I can do some reductions. I don't think I'll get you anywhere close to 25.
Okay.
If you'll hold on, we'll work on that. Let me work with the other people, and then we'll start working on that after we clear up. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Just hold tight. We'll see what we can do for you.
Okay.
I'm going to move on forward then to Mr. Christopher Williams. Mr. Williams, let me get your file pulled up.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I read your pleas, and it looks to me that you've pled no contest to your charges and that you want a payment plan. Is that a correct statement?
No, ma'am. I actually believe I emailed some documents, and I had a email back towards me saying that I should wait in the mail for 2 weeks for some letter for community service. And I'm not receiving all my packages from the post office from like Bath Body Works. I mean, all my packages don't show up no more. I'm having a lot of issues with the service. They say to wait in the mail, and I don't receive court documents. I don't receive my medical documents. I can't even get my own credit card through the mail. I'm having a hard time reordering a new one.
Okay, I can tell you're frustrated, and I see that. We used an email to set this meeting up, so why don't we email you those documents?
Okay.
And it turns into 43 hours of community service.
Yes, ma'am.
Obviously, you didn't get the forms, and so you're not done. I'm going to give you, we're going to try for 60 days, and that means a due date of 7/26, and it's still the same 43 hours, okay? And I'm just going to treat this as an extension, but with a due date, changing, you'll have, well, almost the balance of the summer to get that done. And we'll email you the new info, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
There's one item there that requires a signature.
Okay.
And what I want you to do, can you print it and sign it and like take a picture and send it back?
Yeah, I can go with my mom's.
Okay, that's fine. Or you can physically bring it here. It's just a
Yeah.
waiver that says if you're out there working and people see you, there's no privacy interest.
Okay.
And I just don't want people to be surprised by that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. And this would satisfy all the judgment against you. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. So we'll email that to you, Mr. Williams, and hopefully if you don't have that before close of business today, at about 3, I would call and say, hey, I don't have that yet. Because
Okay.
we'll be sending it within the next hour or so.
Okay. My mom told me to ask you, I don't have a license, and I guess with the tickets, I had my license suspended for about 3-4 months. My mom told me to ask you about an occupational license. She doesn't really know much about it, but I was trying to see about getting that because I don't want no more tickets.
Yes. So I have, I can mail you information. You can go onto the DPS website. Can your mom bring you over here today?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you just come by to do your paperwork, and I'll put a packet at the front. Hold on, let me show you what it looks like. I don't do occupational licenses as a court. Those are handled by the justices of the peace, but I've got a packet called How to Get Your Occupational License. And it's all the forms and everything you need, including where to go to look up what you need to do. Okay. So what I'm going to do is let's shift gears. You come by and get your extension paperwork and sign that form and pick this up too. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That'll lower your anxiety too for trying to figure out if things are really happening and if they're really.
If my mom can't make it to Temple because she lives in Killeen, can I come over there and get the packets and stuff?
Yeah, you don't have to have her bring you. Just get here lawfully.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
Okay. All right. I'll leave that at the front for you with your name on it. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Williams. Hopefully we've helped you get going.
Very much so.
All right. Thank you for your patience. You take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Ms. Warren, you've been working with Ms. Heathman, I believe. Or Mr. Heathman, excuse me. I keep saying the name Heather. It's not. With Mr. Heathman, do we have an agreement or are we heading to trial?
Agreement, Your Honor.
Okay.
Offered a 180-day deferral on the speeding ticket and a dismissal of the DWLI. The defendant will show proof of a valid driver's license, a Texas license, by September 24th.
Okay. And looking at the financial situation, I believe I can break this down into several payments and he could do that. Did y'all have another agreement?
I think that was it.
Okay, I'll work with him on the remaining portion.
Okay.
Thank you. Ms. Warren, I called for Brian Creighton and Dana Bryant, and they are not here. And so with the thanks of the court for today's service, you're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll let you remove when you're ready.
Okay.
Mr. Heathman, I looked at your financial situation briefly. The payment here, with that dismissal, we're dismissing the DWLI as part of a plea bargain. The remaining balance is $254, and I can break that. Mhm. Can you pay any of that today?
Not today, but I will be able to pay some of it this Friday.
What's the max that you could pay this Friday?
I can pay exactly 154.
You can pay 154.
Yes, I can pay 154.
Okay, that's going to help you a lot because that just leaves you with the balance of 100, and I can give you almost as much time as you would want. I'm going to put the first payment on May 28th. That's this Friday. You can pay online, by phone, or come by. And then on the final amount, how about 2 weeks later, July 11th? Is that a date that would, June 11th, excuse me. Is that a date that would work for you?
I think so. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can we go ahead and say yes to that?
Yes.
Okay, and then it's a 180-day deferral. We're going to have that at the front desk for you to sign and get a copy for you, plus a copy of your dismissal on the other matter, okay? And then that way you know where to come to as well to drop off your driver's license and to do any additional payments. If you're going to pay online or by phone, when you stop by today, they can give you that information, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, here's Mr. Heathman. And then this is Wells, and this is Hammonds. Okay, so let's see. Mr. Dalton, do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'll remove you because you're done. Head on over in the next hour or so.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay, and then finally, Adam Atkinson. Hi, Mr. Atkinson. Let me have you unmute, okay?
Yes, ma'am. How are you doing today, ma'am?
Thank you. I'm okay. I'm fine. I reviewed your payment application. I had a few questions. We have two cases with a balance now of $492. You're 17? Okay. And are you still working at Sonic?
Yes, ma'am. I'm currently in the restroom right now, or the car outside.
You're what?
I work. I'm currently in the car outside right now.
I hear. That's fine.
Yes, ma'am.
You're working
6 to 5 every Friday. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What is your paycheck looking like when you bring it home?
280, 300.
Okay. And then here's what I have for you. I have that you're living with your folks and you're paying your own phone bill.
I'm paying my phone bill and my girlfriend's phone bill.
Sorry?
Oh, I'm paying my phone bill and my girlfriend's phone bill.
Okay. You put that down, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you have car insurance?
Yes, ma'am. About 125, I think.
Okay. And gas, you put 80. And then you put medical bills, pregnant. Your girlfriend is pregnant?
Yes, ma'am. She's 2 months pregnant. I buy her vitamins and hospital bills, but she doesn't have insurance. Like, we don't have insurance, so we applied for Medicaid, but we're still currently waiting for that to come in the mail.
Is she working for right now?
No, ma'am. She hasn't worked in about 3 months.
Okay. And $100 you put a month for those medical expenses, right? Okay. And then let me just do a quick calculation here. You're working on all those other things, right? You're not doing. No, we can just keep moving. Okay, we had you on a payment plan, but no payments were made. So what's going on with that?
This is like when I get paid, I try to save money, but I live with my girlfriend, and we can't always be at the house when there's no food or something. So I have I buy us food, or even if they cook something, she can't, like for her pregnancy, a lot of stuff she can't eat because it makes her throw up or something. I have to go buy her like healthy stuff, salads and stuff from the store. I spend about 150 on food every 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then just stuff like clothes, and I have a baby on the way, and I have to diapers, all that stuff.
Okay. If I change it, I can have two options. One would be to lower it to $25 a month and put it on a pay date. The other is to change it to community service. If I do that, then you're looking at 25 hours of community service. Which would you want to do?
I would really appreciate the community service, because just financially right now with money, we're just having problems. So the community service would help a lot now.
Yeah, we can do community service. Okay, so we're going to shift what we're doing to community service. Due in 60 days, it's 25 hours. And I'll need you to come by the court and sign off on your final paperwork and get your copies to get started. I'll accept community service from any nonprofit, but I'm going to give you a starter list. If you're in Temple, I see that you are. It should be simple. Okay. Okay. So do you know where we're located?
Is it the same place where I went to do the payment plan?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I know.
Okay. All right. When will you get here?
Is it by today?
Okay, but roughly what time today? Before or after lunch?
I would have to come right now. I have to get back to work, so I can stop by real quick.
Okay, we'll work on it. We'll have it there. Thank you.
That's it?
Yes. Okay, Mr. Gilbert, we haven't forgotten about you, but those reductions take a little while. So hold tight. Let's see where we are. So what are you putting down today?
Well, I have the 2,500, but that's to account for like fees, like getting my driver's license validated.
So can
insurance.
we do 2,000 here?
Today?
Yes.
I'll be able to do the 2,000 within the next 30 days, if that's okay.
I'm asking, what can you do today?
Today.
Starting with that, because you have like 13 active warrants.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah. I believe I'll be able to do 2 today.
Okay. And then I'm going to put you on a payment plan and give you some reductions. Okay.
Okay.
What I think we'll do is, can you come by at about lunchtime?
Yeah, I should be able to do that.
Okay. And in your job, what time are you, like, what day of the week are you paid? Are you paid every 2 weeks or
I get paid every Thursday.
Thursday? So
Yes, ma'am.
starting not this Thursday, but the next one, we're going to do a minimum of $50 every 2 weeks.
Okay.
You can always pay more and get done faster.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'll have a total for you when you get to the counter today. But you'll put that down payment down today. We'll recall your warrants. And then every other Thursday, beginning June 3rd, we'll get a minimum of $50.
Okay.
Does that sound like something you are going to be able to commit to?
Yeah, I should be able to work it all out.
Yeah. The main thing here is, we want to get the warrants recalled, and you don't want to go back because it's $50 a case.
Yeah,
And you can do the math. That's a lot of money.
that is. Well, the thing is, I'm seasonal. I have a valid Florida driver's license, and I'm seasonal between the 2 states here and there. And that's due. That's part due to the non-appearances being between here and there.
Yeah.
And so, I see it's been ongoing. And when I come back to these warrants and whatnot, so I see that's been an issue.
Sure.
So I guess we'll try
Well,
to figure that out.
Yeah, you sound a little bit more motivated. I
Yeah.
really want to motivate you to not miss court. So if you can't make
Yeah.
one of those payments, like you find $25, you can't make it, you
Mhm.
need to be communicating with us.
Okay. Well, I'll be here for quite some. For the next year or so. So I'm sure we could take care of everything.
Yeah,
in
and
time.
we take faxes and we take emails and we take online appearances. So
Okay.
even if you leave town, you ought to be able to get there. Okay, I'm going to tell you to come by what you said around lunch.
Yeah, noon. It's fine.
Okay, and we'll try to get those reductions done by that time. Okay.
All right.
That way
Okay.
it will be less than what you owe today. So that's good news.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
And seeing no further participants or requests for participation.